Hey, how are you? Thanks for tuning in. Wanted to do a follow-up video on a post that I put out last week asking friends and family on Facebook, to be honest, do you like when people talk about you? Ladies and gentlemen, why are we so intrigued about when people talk about us? It doesn't matter if it's good, it doesn't matter if it's bad. We want to know. But see, it's what happens after, once we take that step of wanting to figure out what people are saying, what kind of effect that's really going to have in our lives. And before I kind of jump into it, I have 3 ways, I'm kind of in the way of this here, 3 ways to help you deal when people talk about you. And we're going to unpack that today a little bit. It's kind of my take, my spin, something that helps me deal with this. You know, being a speaker and going to schools, I know that not every school is going to love, you know, I don't know, me, my message or whatever. So anytime I get like a really good response, yes, it does feel good. I gotta admit, it does feel good. However, if I get something that isn't, you know, extremely satisfied or something, at first I really had a hard time with that. Because you know, I'm putting my heart and soul out there. I love what I do, but you got to realize you're not going to please everybody. You're not going to make everybody happy, and I think that's just part of growth, and I think that's just part of accepting just other people's opinions. You know, everybody's entitled to their own. So let's before we dive in, because I could go on a rant there. I want to read some of the comments that people were kind enough to share. So some people said, no, not at all. I don't like when people talk about me. Now there's a reason for that, right? Maybe this individual who wrote this, you may be taking it a little too far. So hopefully this video can help you. Some people were just like, yes, absolutely, I love it. That means I'm doing something. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad, because what they say about me really has no effect on me. And that's a very liberating place to be. But then at the same time, we can become very arrogant in that too. So please be careful there. And again, I don't know all this. I just know what kind of works for me. And I've gotten to the point where it's just kind of like, it does have an effect on me to a certain extent, but it's not going to affect me, who I am as an individual, which I'll talk about that. A good friend of mine wrote, I'm basically indifferent whether they talk, whether the talk is good or bad. So indifferent, that's a pretty strong one. If somebody wrote, if they ain't talking, then I'm not doing something right. And that's good. That's another good one. One of my friends wrote, people aren't talking about you, it means they don't know you. He went on to go a little bit more, and kind of something that one of our mentors, Grant Cardone, says, if people don't know you, people won't follow you, right? It kind of comes down, it's like, hey, if you're not getting out there and exposing yourself, how are people going to know what it is that you do? In a bad way, no. In good ways, yes. Right? I feel like that's kind of like the easy answer, and no disrespect to anybody that wrote these things. I'm just kind of intrigued to just know about this. So here's my take. Here's my take on this, and I hope this helps you, because I started this video off saying, why are we so intrigued by it? Or maybe some people are just like, no, like I absolutely hate it. But at the end of the day, you need to know, number one is this, on how to deal with it. It's going to happen, man. It's gonna happen. It is going to happen. Doesn't matter if it's your 3-year-old, whoever you are in communication with or connecting with, they're gonna talk about you. Doesn't mean that it's gonna be bad, right? It could be good things, it could be compliments, it could be that you're the greatest thing in the world that's happened to them, all right? People are gonna talk about you. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So I think when you accept this truth right here, like this reality that this is going to happen, it's going to have less of an effect on you, right? So the praises, the comments are going to feel good, but at the same time, you're not going to necessarily like want that out of people. But if you're having a hard time when people talk about you in a bad way, this is really going to help you, because you're just like, you know what? At the end of the day, everybody's entitled to their own opinions, and what they say about me may or may not have an effect. And that's when you really start to kind of live in freedom from what others are going to say about you. Number 2, which is kind of where I was going with it, is don't get emotionally involved. All right, And what I mean by that is like, if somebody says that like, you didn't do a great job, but at the end of the day, you did your best, and they say that you didn't meet their expectations, okay, I guess that, I guess from like a customer service standpoint, it's like you always want to over deliver, but hey, like, if you don't get emotionally involved, if you say it's okay, if you take their criticism and accept it, it's okay, it's something I'm gonna work on to get better, but if you let that like bring you down and prevent you from moving forward in whatever it is that you're gonna be doing, that's where you let your emotions get involved. That's where your feelings have taken over your thought process of what he or she has said about you. And that's a very dangerous place to be. That's a very dangerous place to be, because a lot of blame, a lot of like, just you won't accept, or actually like, what would you say, not holding yourself accountable takes over, because now you're blaming your emotions on what somebody said about you. And that's very difficult. And this is somebody that maybe somebody needs to hear this. You are responsible for your feelings. You are responsible for your actions. So what somebody says about you has no effect on what you should be feeling inside internally. And this is number 3. I want to make sure I get this. Stay true to yourself. What I mean by this, man, is, listen, you're unique. There's only one you in this entire world. Therefore, nobody should know you better than you know yourself. And what I'm trying to say is, by stay true to yourself, like if somebody says that you are arrogant, but you're just confident, right? If somebody says that you're a negative person, but then you're like, no, I'm a realist. If somebody says that you're overly optimistic, you're gonna say, yeah, I am a happy, positive, super energetic person. Stay true to yourself, because when you're able to stay true to yourself, you won't be able to get emotionally involved, and more about what people are gonna be saying about you will have less of an effect, because you know that it's gonna be happening. So you gotta stay true to yourself, because here it is. If what somebody says about you, whether it's true or not, if you accept it to be true, then it will become true, right? Let me say that again. What people say about you is only true if you accept it as truth. I want to say it again. What people say about you is only true if you accept it to be truth. And that goes for anything, and that goes for anything in life, whether it's, you know, being a parent, being a teacher, being a business owner, handling how other people are going to be talking about you is going to be an essential way for your personal growth, you know, for your life, for your network, and for your relationships. When you're able to just kind of realize that it's going to happen, you're not going to get emotionally involved. You accept the critiques if they're valid, and you're going to stay true to yourself. You're not going to let it have an effect on you to change you. Because once you do accept it to be true, then that's when it really starts to take a toll. So if this is something that helps you, man, I want you to like this this video, comment, share it if somebody needs to hear this, because you know, it's something that I think we could all connect on. To start this video, like I said, why are we all intrigued by this? We are, because at the end of the day, we love talking about ourselves, and so that's not a selfish thing. I wish more people were talking about themselves. I wish more people were taking the step to share their stories, to talk about their struggles, to be vulnerable, because your story and what you've experienced can help somebody else. I've had the privilege for the past couple of years of becoming a nationwide speaker and traveling this country, speaking to thousands of students, sharing my message, sharing my story, sharing my experiences, and sharing my expertise on this topic of really owning yourself as an individual. You know, there's 7 billion people in the world. Nobody gets to be you. If you want to take this a step further, my good friend Matt Petruso and I are going to be putting on an event here in Erie, Pennsylvania. It's Excel Erie. .com. We're running a special right now. We are able to buy one, buy one, get one, ExcelErie.com. It's going to be at the Bayfront Convention Center. Visualize a full day of this, where it's centered around bettering yourself personally, whether it be your health, financially, right? Increasing your income, networking, building your relationships, and living a more fulfilled life, increasing your happiness. If you live in Erie, Pennsylvania, if you're a student, if you're a full-time employee, if you're a business owner and you have a team, if you have a staff, earlier I put a post out that this event is for you. It doesn't matter where you are in life. We want to do this, and we want to bring this to the Erie people, the people of Erie, because this is headquarters for us. If we want to see Erie get better, all of us need to be involved. There's 99,000 people that live in Erie, Pennsylvania, and I know not all 99,000 people are going to be able to make it to this event, but if we can get 1,000 of those people to come and share and get involved, there's going to be an after-party networking event where you're going to be able to just meet the people who could potentially be your next employer, who could be your next business partner. If you're looking for love, it could be possibly your next significant other. This is the place where you want to meet somebody that wants to better themselves, somebody that wants to grow together, to be better. This isn't selfish, people. Investing in yourself is by far the greatest investment that you can make. Don't believe the lie that this is selfish, because if you don't take care of yourself, who will? So I know I kind of went on a little bit of a tangent right there, but you can't help the inspirational speaker in me. Again, 3 ways to help you deal with people. Number 1, it's going to happen. 2, don't get emotionally involved. Don't let your feelings take over what is going on in your thought process. And number 3, stay true to yourself. Only you know yourself better than anybody else. So hey, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, like, share, comment if this is something that helped you out. Visit excelerie.com. I'm gonna have a link for that here in the comment, in this caption section here. So I hope to see you there. More videos to come. Thank you for getting involved. Have a beautiful weekend. We'll see you next time.